Hey guitar chefs, week 4 came to its conclusion, so that's my weekly report. First, I want to say that I changed the approach to how I practice. Before, I used to practice things and then write them down. Now I'm planning what I'm gonna practice, so I write the routines I'm gonna do at the day, and then I'll play it one by one. It makes it more understandable, and I think it's more effective to do it like this. All right, let's summarize what I did this week. My goal was to get some other finger combinations in 1, 2, 3, 4s to 300 BPM, and I managed to add 2 of these into my list, which are 1, 3, 2, 4 and 1, 3, 4, 2. So now I'm able to play 4 combinations at that speed. I'm gonna add 2 more next week, which will be 1, 4, 2, 3 and 1, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, and then I'm gonna transpose this knowledge, this ability to the whole fretboard. Now I'm practicing them only in the 5th fret for starters, to make my muscles remember how it's played, and then to proceed to the whole fretboard. This process is taken really much more time than I supposed it would take, especially considering there are 24 of these combinations. But in a few months I think I'm gonna get to the point when I'm gonna play all 24 of them at the 300 BPM minimum, and the whole fretboard. So that's all with 1, 2, 3, 4. So next stop is chord transitions. I decided that I didn't really need to play them at the speed more than 120 BPM, because it just isn't necessary. So I'm really happy about B7 chord, which was more trickier than I thought it would be. I played it at 60 or 70 BPM last week, and it was really hard. I was struggling with it, but in just a week I managed to pull it off at 120 BPM. I'm talking about B7 to E chord transition, B7 to C chord transitions. I really nailed it, and it's became my second nature, I guess. So it's really much easier to play that chord now. It's great how fast the progress came in just a week. Okay. Also, I played chord progressions, A minor to G/B to C to G/B, and E minor to D/F sharp to G to D to D/F sharp at the same 120 BPM, and I started them at 60 BPM, which is double increase of speed, which is kind of cool. And I did play D/F sharp chord with my thumb instead of my index finger. I think it's way easier to play it that way. Maybe it's harder or trickier for the beginners, but I also tried to play it with my index finger on the E string, playing F sharp note, but I played it, I guess, at 60 BPM at the end of the week, and I just asked myself, why do I learn to play it this way when I'm not gonna play it this way if I meet this chord in some song or whatever. So I just gave up on that shape, and I played it with my thumb. Well, strumming patterns as well. I decided not to play them too fast. 120 BPM is quite enough. So module 6 pattern I increased to 160. Well, I guess it was before I decided to play them at 120 BPM and not faster. All right. Module 7 pattern I got through 60 to 120 BPM. It was really tricky at first, especially because there was a B7 chord in here, but as I was proceeding in B7 chord transitions, I was able to increase the speed in this pattern as well. So I pull it off at 120 BPM today and yesterday, I guess, too. So I'll consider it done. And module 9 pattern, it's not as hard because there are no chords in there, and I decided to play one chord the whole line, and then I'll change the chord at the same time I change the line, so it was easier. So I started at 120 BPM from the beginning. Just I just learned myself, taught myself to play the whole thing at once, not one line by one line. And the best part of this week is then that I got to play some songs. This when I come around routine come in handy, and it's woke up my desire to make some covers of songs which I did play 10 or 12 years ago and recorded it and uploaded it to YouTube. So I just went into it and I recorded When I Come Around cover, which was pretty messy. I made some errors, but this was just the first try. Maybe not the very first one, but first one that I recorded. So I'm definitely gonna be working on it more. I learned the bass line for this song. It's pretty tricky and fast, so I want to make a full cover of the song. I mean, lead guitar, rhythm guitar, and bass. So I'm gonna be working on it next week, and that's one of my goals. Then a few days later, from the day I recorded When I Come Around, I just was messing around with some chords, and accidentally I played another chord progression I knew, which appeared to be the Welcome to Paradise song from the same Green Day, and I made a fast cover of it. I did 2 or 3 mistakes during it, but it was just again like first, second, third try. I didn't get much time to record it once more, and I had too many routines this week that I wanted to come to an end, so I just left it like that. But I'm definitely gonna make the cover for this song as well as soon as I will end my When I Come Around cover. And the last for this summer and for this week is Let It Be routine. I know all these chords and I used to play a lot of them, so it wasn't hard for me at all. I started it at the original speed, which is it appears 143 BPM, which is kind of weird. Why do you choose this number of beats per minute? It doesn't make no sense at all. But the thing I struggled with at first was that F to C to D to C transition at the end of each bar or each 2 bars. So that's what I'm I was practicing, and at the end I kind of nailed it and played it almost perfectly. Maybe was mistaken a few times, but it's okay. So this concludes my week 4 summer video. I'll see you next week.